his queen of feet. A Findom short story. Luke always knew he was different. It wasn't something he could explain when he was younger, and even now, he rarely tried. Vanilla relationships bored him. They always had. The sweet, soft-spoken girlfriends he'd had in his 20s. The safe dates, the tender kisses. They left him cold inside. It wasn't that he didn't want to please a woman. Quite the opposite. He needed to. But something essential was always missing. Something darker, sharper. For a long time, he thought it meant something was wrong with him. The shame was subtle, but constant. It lingered in quiet moments, like a hum behind the walls. He smiled, played the part, did what was expected. But the truth always itched just beneath the surface. Until the day it clicked. He realized it slowly, like a memory returning in pieces. The way he always looked down when a woman crossed her legs. The way summer sandals made his throat tighten. The thrill that came not from lips or hips, but from arches and soles. Luke didn't want love the way others did. He wanted worship. He wanted to kneel. And it all started with feet. It didn't take long for Luke to find a website. The internet was a maze, but the deeper he went, the more doors opened. Forums led to platforms. Platforms led to profiles. And soon he was staring at pages and pages of women. Gorgeous, confident women, selling nothing but pictures of their feet. Perfect toes, polished nails, soft soles in every pose imaginable. Some teased with lace anklets. Others stepped into puddles, crushed fruit, dipped toes into wine. It was like heaven, maybe better, and it was almost overwhelming. Every evening for a month, he came home buzzing. It wasn't even about the release. It was the anticipation, the hunt, the messages, the tips. The thrill of finding a new favorite model and crafting a custom request. Wear red polish, gold ring on the second toe, crush a cupcake and laugh while you do it. They delivered, and he paid. Generously. Money was never an issue. He made more than enough, and he told himself it was harmless. A hobby, really. One that made him feel alive again. But by the fourth week, something shifted. It wasn't exciting anymore. It was just something he did. He'd open his laptop, log in, scroll, tip, message, not out of thrill, but out of habit. The rush was fading, and he was already searching for the next level. That's when he saw her. She stood out immediately. Petite, blonde and beautiful, but not in the unattainable Instagram model way most of the girls on the site looked. Lucy was cute, effortlessly so, like someone you'd bump into at a coffee shop and then think about for the rest of the day. Her smile was a little crooked. Her bio was short. But the photos, those were flawless. Tiny feet, high arches, perfect pedicure. Pale pink polish one day, sky blue the next. In one picture, she was lounging on a sun chair with a glass of rosé, toes pointed at the camera, a delicate blue ankle bracelet catching the light. It swayed just over the curve of her ankle, like it had no idea how devastating it was. Luke stared at the photo for 10 minutes before messaging her. "Your feet are incredible. I'm obsessed." She didn't reply right away. Most girls didn't. He expected a thank you, maybe a link to her price list. Instead, after an hour, she wrote, "You belong under them. I want to crush you with my toes, worm." His heart jolted. He read it again, and again. The words pulsed on the screen like they were alive. He sat frozen, gripped by a strange mix of feelings. Shame, embarrassment, and something else. Something deeper, hotter. Arousal that went straight to the core of who he was. He should have closed the window, walked away, Instead, he stared at the message for almost an hour. He didn't know what to say. His fingers hovered over the keyboard, but every time he started typing, he backspaced until the message disappeared. Nothing sounded right. Nothing felt strong enough, submissive enough, clever enough. He sat there in silence, staring at her words like they were a test he was failing. Then another message lit up his screen. In case you're confused, I want you to tip. You said you were obsessed. Obsession comes with a price. But be careful. Once you send me money, I will penetrate your wallet with my foot. The words didn't just hit him, they split him open. Electricity ran down his spine, coiled in his stomach, and dropped straight into his groin. He swallowed hard. It was like she reached through the screen and wrapped her fingers around something he didn't even know he had. That line, penetrate your wallet with my foot, reverberated inside him like a sacred vow. This wasn't a fantasy anymore. This was something darker, sharper, real. And in that moment, Luke realized he didn't want anything else. He wanted her. He wanted Lucy to humiliate him, step on his pride, or crush his masculinity under her delicate pedicured toes until there was nothing left but cash and devotion. And so, without another word, he tipped her $500. Good little piggy, I own you now. That was her reply. And from there, he spiraled down the rabbit hole faster than he imagined. Lucy and her perfect feet became his addiction. Every day, without fail, he sent her money. Sometimes once, often multiple times, hoping for a glimpse of her soles, a clip of her wrinkled arches, a casual selfie from her car, with one foot up on the dashboard. Sometimes she didn't even bother to reply. Sometimes all he got was a blurry photo of her dirty shoes, kicked off in the corner of a room. Once, just a snapshot of her foot pressing into a half-eaten sandwich. No caption, no thanks. It didn't matter. In his mind, she was his queen, and queens didn't owe explanations. He existed to serve, to worship, to fund. That was enough. From there, Lucy escalated. What began with simple tribute turned into something else, deeper, more humiliating. She started demanding proof. Not just payment receipts, but videos. She wanted to see him say it. Show it. She told him to kneel. To write property of Lucy across his chest in thick black marker before every transfer. And he did, without hesitation. Sometimes she'd block him for hours, even a full day, just to watch him unravel. The begging was part of the game. She wanted desperation. She wanted power. And he gave it to her like a sacrament. His days revolved around her. His nights belonged to her. Every beep on his phone made his pulse quicken, hoping it was her. Hoping she'd send a command, a demand, a single word to keep him grounded in her orbit. And she never stopped. For 5 years she has been draining his bank account, his savings, his credit cards. But he didn't flinch. He had money. That wasn't the point. He had a life too, one he barely recognized anymore. Lucy became everything. The air, the rhythm, the reason. What started as a fetish unraveled into a full-blown surrender. She didn't disappear. She didn't ghost him. She kept him. He was hers now. Her remote-controlled puppet. Her obedient little pay pig. Her name and perfect feet were carved into his mind like scripture. And by then, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't even about the feet. It was about her control. And he had no intention of ever getting it back. Thanks for watching. Did you know that my short stories are released on Amazon and you can enjoy them as an ebook or get them as a paperback? Click on the links in the description.